Hey everybody, it's the Salty Pug Lord. How y'all been doing? Today I wanted to show you a game called Empyrion Galactic Survival, because no game since Subnautica has been taking away my MWO cockpit time like this game has. I'm just going to show you the first few minutes of the game, hopefully enough that we can get to the good gear that's at the more distant wreckage. So let's get right into it. There will be some dead time that I'll have time to explain a few more things about this, but for the moment, let's just go right in. We're going to start a new game, and there's lots of different game modes you could play in this. Honestly, for your first game, I would say just do the default random. I would recommend changing one difficulty setting here. Well, actually, I would recommend changing two difficulty settings. One is the Constructor crafting speed, send that to fast. Everything is gated by resources in a tech tree. There is no need to have a long wait for your Constructor to construct items that you have finally got the resources for and finally unlocked. Similarly, blueprint production speed, there's no need to make that slower than it already is. And we'll talk more about blueprints maybe in the second episode, if there's a second episode, but since you have to set these right here, right now, I figured I might as well tell you about it. You may want to turn down the incidence of enemies or make the enemies easier. I don't particularly, because all enemies are overpowered in this game, and all weapons are underpowered, so these things, in my opinion, don't make a big difference. If you find you're getting too hungry, you can change that. Anyway, this is how I like to play a first game. It just takes away some of the, in my opinion, stuff that doesn't make the game more fun. And let's start. So right now the world is being generated, and because there's a bit of a pause here, it's a good time to talk about a couple things. The first thing is that this game is an alpha. I don't know if up here on the left it's Alpha 8.1, so expect some bugs. Right now it's on sale on Steam for $10. I think it's well worth $10 for an alpha. There's a huge amount of content here, but you'll have to decide for yourself if you want to pay $10 for an alpha. Another thing you need to know about this game is that because my computer is I have turned down some of the graphics settings, and you can imagine how much better this game could be if you had an up-to-date rig. So with that, we will just get right into the game. So WASD allows you to steer your pod a little bit. What to look for here is you want to look for a wreckage, because you want to land close to a wreckage if possible. So I don't see one, and I don't see one on the mini-map in the corner, so I guess we're just going to land wherever. My rig is crap. So I'm not going to read through all of these messages you get from your PDA. In my opinion, it's enough to know that you've crashed on an alien planet, that this is your escape pod, and that you have to survive somehow. But, for the record, you can hit F1 to see your PDA. Really, that message down at the bottom, a hard touchdown, but the escape pod looks pretty much intact. Check its inventory. That's good enough for now. So, you can see when I mouse over the escape pod, the cursor turns from this white cross to like this thing with yellow thing with a square in the middle. Now here's where the controls in this game are a little weird. When you see that yellow cursor, you can hit F to access whatever it is you're looking at. You would think it would be left mouse button, right mouse button, something along those lines. It's not, it's F. You'll get used to it. So let's pull up our stuff from our escape pod. We'll put the cursor over it so it turns yellow, and we will hit F to pick up stuff. So we already had some stuff on us. Looks like the only thing in the escape pod is some water. That's fine, I'll take water. You can also shift left click to move things between containers. There's also this take all button. If you hit that, then it tries to stuff everything in this container into your inventory. It says that your suit has a built-in constructor that allows it to make things for you. Oh, yeah, so here's some dialogue that says basically, you are in your space pajamas. These are space pajamas. They provide almost no protection against the weather, variations in temperature, precipitation, etc. We better be looking for some better clothing, because right now we're basically in our shorts and our t-shirt. I'm going to hit number 1 to bring up my number 1 slot in my hotbar down at the bottom. So here's our constructor, our multi-tool. The constructor, by the way, is survival constructor. These are the list of things that your survival constructor can create, but we'll get to that in a minute. This is your multi-tool, and it has several different modes. If you right-click while you have it in your hands, you can see that you've got your different modes here, your defense mode, your salvaging mode for taking apart mechanical things, and the rock drill for drilling in the rocks. We'll keep it on defense mode for now. Ah, an unidentified distress signal. Looks like there's some wreckage over there. Alright, well, for lack of anything else to do, and this place looks pretty chill, but we'll make for the wreckage, see what we can find over there. The tooltip says that maybe we should try and find some stuff along the way. And you know, it's interesting. Do those bushes over there look like they have some berries on them? So this is a berry bush. It's got berries on it. And we can walk up to it until our cursor turns yellow, from white to yellow. And we can hit F, and we will just pick the berries. And now if we look at our inventory with tab, here are the berries. And you'll notice that something has gone, in our constructor has gone from a red background to a black background. This is berry juice. You can see berry juice has a perish time of 50, increases your health by 90, and increases your stamina by 25. So that's kind of a ghetto health kit, if you will. But it perishes in 50, and so it's not the most long-lasting thing. The berries, by contrast, perish in 24, so yeah, we're probably better off making the berry juice. And here it is, we clicked on it, and now the constructor is constructing it. And it'll pop up here into the output when it's done. Now this is constructing faster than you might expect because when we started the game, we turned the constructor settings to fast. Alright, so that's cool. We have some berry juice, so great. I'm going to arrange things a little bit in my inventory here, don't mind me. See those brown things right above the crosshair? Or maybe, well yeah, right above the crosshair? I believe these are known as corn dog plants, and they contain plant protein. You get those, you get 2 plant protein, you see in the lower left, and I got some experience points. Let's go over to the next one, we'll do it again. Keep an eye down in the lower left by my blue bars over there, and you'll see that I picked up 2 plant protein and I got some experience points. Alright, not bad, not bad. So, now that we have this plant protein, let's find out what we can do with it. In the constructor, you can see this energy bar is made from 2 plant protein. So I can make 2 more energy bars out of 4 plant protein. So let's just do it. I'm going to click this with the left mouse button twice. You'll see 2 little energy bars appear down here with a little 2 right there, and then it'll just start making them. I'm not going to sit there and watch it. We got bigger fish to fry, but we'll just let it go as we walk. There's our escape pod right there. And there's the wreckage, and we'll just keep walking here. Oh, you see the brown thing over here? You see the brown thing? That's more plant protein. Alright, the cursor is turned yellow. We can type F to pick it up. You can see in the lower left, plant protein and 100 XP. Let's go take a look with tab, and we'll take a look at our constructor. Well, there's our 2 energy bars, nice. And with 2 plant protein, we can make another energy bar. Alright, cool. Ooh, we saw another wreckage. Oh, okay, we'll investigate that in a second, but let me talk to you about the bugs. These bugs, with 6 green legs, they may look mean, but these guys are not aggressive. In fact, if you get too close, they will walk away, and then they will turn around and look at you. So, don't worry about these guys. Later on, you'll encounter some spiders in the forest that actually are aggressive and will hurt you. But these green-legged guys with the brown shells, you don't need to worry about them, so don't sweat it. Wow, there's a lot of plant protein. Okay, we'll get a little bit more. We can have 5 energy bars. The problem is if you stockpile too much food, it'll spoil, and then you won't be able to eat the spoiled food. But, it's okay. We'll be okay. Okay. And then we have 4 of these, which means we can make 2 more of these. So 1, 2. And just let that construct as we walk. Now, in the lower left, you may see 3 little blue bars that have a cross, a fork and knife, and a little running guy icon next to them. Those are your health, your hunger, and your stamina, respectively. You can hold down left shift to sprint, but watch how quickly your stamina goes down. That stamina goes down real quick, and that's not the worst of it. This Tier 0 multi-tool that we have here, the defense mode, uses your stamina. So if you have no stamina, and then something walks up behind you and tries to kill you, you will have nothing to defend yourself with. Now, we'll make better weapons and such, but for the moment, stamina is a precious resource and should be conserved, which is why I'm walking everywhere instead of sprinting. I see a couple things over here that I think are kind of interesting, and it's a good time to tell you about something that you probably want to know about. Over here I see kind of an orange thing that looks like a big tentacle poking up with orange pustules. I happen to know what that is. It's a bee's nest, and there's honey in there. So that's kind of interesting. And then there's also a weird-looking rock over there. So I kind of want to investigate these things, but I'm also a little bit wary about them. So I think this is a perfect time to use my hovering camera drone. In this game, you are equipped with a hovering camera drone, and you pop it out just by hitting the F5 key. So here we are, here's my drone. I can kind of fly around myself. So let's use the drone to first investigate this. Okay, I'm at the edges of the drone range, but... yeah, okay, that looks alright. I don't think there's anything real scary over here. This guy's not batting at my drone or anything. Alright, let's go back and look at the other thing. Now, this drone is great because it allows you to investigate creatures that you might worry might be hostile. And it also allows you to, believe it or not, mine ores remotely, which is incredible, and makes life so much easier. Okay, well, neither of these things seems to be a problem, so I'm going to go ahead and pop my drone back in just by hitting F5 again. Let's take a look at this wreckage. Now, another thing your suit has in addition to a drone, your suit has a shoulder-mounted light, and you can hit the L key to turn that light on. Now, this guy's pretty beat up. Looks like it fell here a long time ago and just started rusting like mad. In fact, this almost looks like it was maybe just a fuel tank off a much larger vessel. The thing about these small wrecks is usually somewhere in here there's a hidden... aha. Okay, we gotta get inside. Now, I think gravity, if I remember right, gravity is about half of Earth normal, and I may actually be able to jump high enough to get up here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this thing right here, this long rectangular thing, this is a cargo box. And usually in these small wreckages you will find a cargo box. No guarantees about what might be in it, but let's actually take a look. Only spoiled food. Nothing good in there. Alright, well, c'est la vie. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Actually, this is a good chance to demonstrate something else. If I hit tab to open my inventory, you see I have drop and trash. I'm just going to trash this spoiled food. It's not really worth anything. Okay. Well, you never know what you're going to get from these. So, let us go... well, first of all, I'm going to turn off my light. Alright. We're going to go into the forest here, which is a little bit dangerous. Now, the sun's getting a little low in the sky. We're losing daylight. And the wreckage is still about 0.8 kilometers away. I don't know that we're going to make it today. It might be smarter for us to pitch our tent and sleep for the night, because just like in Minecraft, at night is when the baddies come out. I think I do see plains biome over here, though. So let us see if we can get back to the plains before we lose the last of our daylight. I'll be much happier pitching my tent in the plains where there are fewer spiders. And we will walk to the wreck in the morning. Let's get the tent ready by putting it on our hotbar. I like to put it on number 9. And we will put the tent down. I don't know. Here is fine, I guess. No big deal.